Testicles 1, 2.
Yeah, what was it?
Why did I pause like that? I was like,
Testicle Diaries, or what was it when he had that one sitcom?
Testicle Testimonies or something like that?
Dude, it was hilarious, dude. How Joey Diaz is fucking Coco is fucking hilarious.
Deep voice, bro.
Dude, when he said, when his wife goes, I'm pregnant, he goes, oh, you're a whore. Got one more day at work, I'm tired, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna feel it.
Man, my hands be hurting so bad, dude.
Give you some Viagra before we start.
No, it ain't Viagra, though.
I went ahead and started everything. I'm not even prepared.
Yeah.
I don't got my notes out or nothing, buddy. Things like that, bro.
Things like that.
Bro, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm crispy tonight. I'm like a large Sprite from McDonald's tonight. I'm just really fat.
I took mine off, dude. I just couldn't deal with my bush. Took that one off.
Took that one too. I took 2 bushes down today.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's going on, late night family? Man. Hey, we back in the building, coming to bring you another exciting episode of Late Night Conversations with Unk and Nephew. I am your host, King J, also known as Nephew, and to my left is my co-host,
JR, Big Unk.
What's up, Big Unk?
Hot, dude.
It's
Texas just be hot, dude.
I'm getting tired of it, dog.
Me
really.
too, dog.
In actuality, bro.
I saw the news this morning at 5, and they were saying that we're supposed to be in the mid-70s next week.
Well,
I don't know how true that is,
I
but
hope so.
Mid-70s and the 806. Come on, man.
Hey, it's really been pissing me off, to be honest.
Dude,
I
you
just
work
be
3
angry.
days a week. I work 5,
I
dog.
know, man, but I be outside cutting the grass during the week and stuff.
Well, you ain't cut it this week.
Yeah, I didn't cut it this week. I still gotta get my lawnmower fixed.
Yeah.
Man, but man,
you?
Dude, man, you know, same old. Man, I worked a lot of overtime this week, just trying to catch up on some things.
Yeah. Well, I know you're going on vacation here pretty soon for that family vacation you'll take every year to Rio Dosa.
Yeah, we're going on vacation.
School started
next
with
week.
your son, started school.
Yeah, man, it's been a busy week. So, man, if y'all tapped in with us week to week, we did skip last week again. Man, we actually moved. I know things don't look too different,
but it really is.
But it really is. We move sets from one place to another.
Yeah.
And so we're in another location per se. Just we kind of switched around.
Yeah.
But we like it though.
Yeah.
And so that's why we had a lot of renovation. I had to do some painting.
Right. Trying to get this ready to go.
Trying to get it ready to go, and we kind of ran out of time last week. Yeah. And so now we got the new location up, man. We got a lot of stuff coming up.
It does, man.
And so thank y'all for being patient with us every time we have to take a small break, man. Right. We really do appreciate it. Y'all message us like, hey, did y'all not drop this week? So
I be getting asked at work, or I be getting asked at church, hey, did you drop one? No, we know things happen,
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. And so, but that shows that y'all care, and man, that means the world to us. So just thank y'all so much. Man, before we jump into today's episode, y'all, if this is y'all's first time checking out the Late Night Conversations with Unk and Nephew podcast, we just want to say welcome to the Late Night family. We hope you enjoy the content, man. Right. We try to make the content as exciting as we can for y'all, and we try to, drop week to week, so we keep y'all guessing, man, keep y'all on y'all's toes.
Right.
So, man, if this is y'all's first time, like I said, welcome to the Late Night family. We hope you enjoy your time with us. And if you do enjoy your time, go ahead and hit that follow button wherever you're watching this podcast at, whether that be Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. I mean, all those platforms where you get your podcasts. Wherever you're at, just give us a follow. We'd really appreciate it. And if this is your first time watching on YouTube and you enjoy the content, man, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and punch that bell in the face so you get notified every time we drop a video. And we try to drop every Friday at 8 a.m. I say I try because sometimes some things be popping up.
Man, it's hard. Yeah.
But, man, guys, we got an exciting episode planned for y'all tonight. It's a little bit of shaker pace because usually, we bring a true crime, we bring a creepypasta, paranormal.
Right.
Well, tonight we're going to switch it up. Me and Unc are going to have a little conversation back and forth tonight about back to school. Because man, we're back to right now we're in the midst of the first week just ended and we're on the second week right now.
You're right, and then like Texas Tech just starting this week. Wayland just started this week.
Yeah, I think some schools in Lubbock started this week.
I went by Wayland this morning. Just a little while ago, and the girls' soccer team is they're out there full force, man.
We're in the midst of back to school, man.
Right.
So my son just started school for the first time. So we had his first week last week, and it was a lot going on.
Yeah.
But everything's been going great. So it's been amazing. And his first week went good.
Right.
Second week has been good.
Right.
So
well, you were telling me that some of these questions or whatever pertain to us growing up, or
So I wanted
how we did our first week of school. I mean, and sometimes it takes us back, because I don't really think about that no more. My kids are grown.
And how long has it been since you've been in school?
Since high school, it'll be 40 years. I had my 40th.
40 years.
Yeah, I had my 40th anniversary reunion this coming September. 40 years. I graduated in 1985.
Damn.
Yeah.
I was still swimming around in my dad's.
Yeah, you were not even close.
Gonads. Yeah. Nah. Yeah. I was in his little nads. Them nads, brother.
So was my daughters,
That's crazy,
so it's been
bro.
40 years since I've been out of high school, since the school period, but at 12, that's 52 years since I started kindergarten, or first grade,
Damn, dog. That's crazy.
Yeah, so right now, if you was to ask me algebra questions, I know numbers, because that's what I do with that work.
Math.
I know basic math. I know how to make sure my check is correct.
Yeah, for
my
real.
Hours, but
when it comes to money, we gonna get it right.
Yeah, but if you was to ask me, questions from right now, like high school students or maybe even college algebra or whatever.
Oh yeah, hell, shit. Hey, dog, I wouldn't even know.
I never realized why you would put letters in numbers,
Just to confuse us. That's all it is. I don't remember the last time I've used the X plus
pi?
YB.
What is pi? 0.2. I don't know what pi is.
I thought you was talking about blueberry pie. Nah.
Yeah, I love me some blueberry pie.
No, but yeah, man, tonight, man, is gonna be more of I wanted to dive back into our time in school. So I got a couple questions for you.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's episode. We're gonna just dive right in. I got some cool questions that I got for you, dog.
Bring it.
Let's dive into some questions, man. So
just bring it.
Growing up, school for me, I don't know, man. School for me was like.
Was it fun?
I want to say it was fun.
So when did you realize it was fun for you? In high school or junior high?
No, I think when I got out of school, bro. To be real with you.
When you realized, I had so much fun.
I had fun in school.
Now life is life.
Because you know how it goes. Like young people, like young kids, bro. We want to grow up so fast.
Right.
And you don't realize, like, dog,
when
these
your parents
years.
take your time. Enjoy
you hear the elders tell you, man, slow down. You're not going to want to be an adult.
Right.
Man, you're like, nah, I just want to do what I want to do when I want to do it. But you don't realize, bro, them prime years. You can't never get them back.
You can't.
And so, man, I was just thinking about it, with my son going to school, just the school shopping, just taking them to get school clothes.
Right.
Like, dog, it just brought me back.
That's so much more different there than it was back then, because, school clothes is, even these young kids, man, they want Nike shoes or
Polo, Ralph Lauren.
They want the name brand. As kindergartners, as first graders, where we grew up.
I was going to say,
70s,
what did y'all wear when you were in the 70s? Did you wear bell bottoms?
What?
Did you wear bell bottoms?
Of course we did in the 70s. I started school. I was born in '66, so in '71 I started Cotton Center.
You went to school in Cotton Center?
I went kindergarten and a little bit of my first grade year, and then we moved to Plainview in '72. So we wore Payless shoes, Sears and Roebuck clothes.
Sears and Roebuck, that was the big one back then, right?
Penny, yeah, Sears was big. I mean, and it was like my era was like colorful pants, checkered pants,
corduroys,
checkered pants, different colors, little bell bottoms.
That's crazy, dog.
long sleeve shirts. It wasn't t-shirts.
Right.
It was more of a like the flannel, but not flannel. Just flannel look-alike, but like a thin material, you know.
Oh, you like just a long sleeve shirt?
Long sleeve shirt, yeah, dude. It looked like it was flannel shirt, but it wasn't flannel. Fastbacks.
That's crazy.
Fastbacks are black with 3 stripes. It looked like
like the Adidas?
Adidas, but it wasn't Adidas. Adidas wasn't around yet. Nike wasn't even around yet when I was going to school.
Oh, for real?
Nike didn't start, 76, something like that? I think. Don't
wonder,
quote me on that.
When did man? That's a good question to look up. When did Nike?
Yeah, because remember the original Nike was just like what is the shoes that most of the cholos wear? What are they called? The Cortez.
Oh, Nike was founded in 1964 in Eugene, Oregon.
64, but I don't even remember seeing Nikes.
So the company was founded on January 25th, 1964 as Blue Ribbon Sports.
Okay.
The company takes its name from Nike, the Greek goddess of victory. So I guess at first they were called Blue Ribbon Sports.
Yeah, see, I never knew until I guess in the 70's when the Cortez came out or whatever. You know,
the Nike Cortez, boy. That's a real Mexican shoe, boy.
It is. I mean, that's what most Hispanics wear. You know, that was kind of like the running shoe.
Right.
Like a track shoe type, you know.
Yeah.
It actually looked like a track shoe, except it didn't have the spikes, you know, underneath that, the little ribs, you know. But so, dude. So growing up, it was crazy, man. Because I mean, to be honest, when we moved to Plainview, and we would walk to school. You know, if we didn't walk to school, we lived across the street from one of the schools because Plainview was totally different in the 70's.
I can imagine, dog.
Okay, I think there was 4 elementaries, which was kindergarten through 4th grade.
Right.
And then we had a 5th grade by itself called Lakeside.
Right.
And then we had 6th grade by itself, Ash. And then Coronado was 7th, and Estacado was 8th.
Was Estacado.
You know.
Okay, it was because that's how it was when I went to school.
Right.
But it changed
started like
after
in the 2000.
Well, it started after I graduated. So it was like after 2014.
Oh, okay. So every year, you know, you try to better your school system or whatever. And, you know, Plainview finally upgraded.
Yeah.
And they did away with like Lakeside, you know, which looks so crazy, man.
Just a field, bro.
You know, it's just a field, you know.
Yeah.
Edgemere
is demolished. Yeah. So not to cut you off, but I want to know something. As you're talking about back in the 70's, starting school,
right?
I'm curious to know something. So, what did a night before school look for you back in the 70's? Cause like I can say from my perspective, dog, like when I was a kid, we would go school shopping, right?
Right.
And then the night before school, that was when you were the most nervous.
When you first started, you made sure your clothes is ironed and you prepare them.
That's what I was wondering. Okay, so like the night before, like on my bed or like next to my bed,
I have your pants,
I have my shirt right
your
there,
your shoes, your socks.
It looks like a mannequin right next to my bed.
Well, see, the whole deal with that was probably just the first few days. After that, you know,
But that's what I'm saying. Did y'all do that?
Yeah, of
back
course
in the
we did,
70's?
man. We were prepared,
pants
because we were excited.
Right.
You know, especially after the first year. You know, like when I started here in Plainview and I met some people that I still know, I knew that the following year I was going to see them, even though I didn't see them throughout the summer because we were either playing ball or we weren't. If you live in the same neighborhood, you wouldn't see some of your friends until you got back to school. You know,
okay.
If you lived in a neighborhood where you had lots of kids,
then y'all would see each other all the time.
All the time. We were always outside playing, you know, during the summertime, you know. But we wouldn't see each other until we started school again. And coming from a small town like Plainview, you already know that, man, that these are lifetime friends, man. You know, you know, I'm fixing to have my 40th high school reunion here, you know, in September. And there's quite a bit of us that have passed on. But when I had seen some people, let's say during the funeral or something, and it's like I ain't seen them since 1985, 86, and it's like I never left them, you know. We just started conversating like we
like
were in
y'all
high school.
picked it back up.
Yeah, like nothing, man. Like we never lost contact.
Maybe.
So, and I think that's part of growing up in a smaller
Yeah, I was just about to say that, Unk.
You know,
maybe that's part of small town living, bro. Like, especially if you're born and raised and you continue to live here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like those connections you made, because you don't realize it as a kid. The connections you make and just the things that you experience in your younger years really have a big effect on how you end up
almost
as an adult.
definitely. You know
what I mean?
Depending on how you what you decide to do with your life, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But even if you stay in the same town and become a laborer or whatever, you know, don't decide not to go to college and just go to work and get married and have kids, you know.
Right.
Which there's nothing wrong with that, you know. A lot of people do that, you know.
Facts.
They go straight into life, you know, instead of, you know, let's say trying. You know, my kids went to college, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't, you know, but. They chose college. I didn't.
Exactly.
And I chose to get married and have kids, which it still turned out great because I have great kids. You know, I'm not no longer married, but at the same time, I did have a great life. You know, while I was married, raising my kids together as a family. You know, I still raised my kids even after we were divorced or whatever.
Right. And you got to think, you know, it's kind of like sometimes us as Mexicans, we only got two choices.
Yeah.
It's either
go to
work or go to school. You know what I mean?
And a lot of us choose to go to work because it's instant money.
Because it's money now. Yeah. we don't focus on
we don't see
later.
the future. Yeah,
we just now. You know what I mean? We're so
a lot of us still don't have you know, we do have. I still got a 401k. There's people who don't have. Who all they're going to rely on is Social Security.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's all they've ever known.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they know that once they hit 65 or 66, whatever it is now, 67, I believe, they know that money's going to be there every month.
Exactly,
you know, more likely until they pass away.
Hell
you know, and some people don't realize that they don't even make it. You know, they pass away before, but that money is no longer goes to the family.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah, it's crazy that the family can't get their money.
And then they keep raising the age, dog. What the hell?
Yeah, because it was a 62 at one time.
Now 65 or 67.
67.
God damn.
Yeah, I'm retiring. I'm retiring early in 5 more years. I'm retired.
Man, so I got a couple questions for you, man. I want to tap into a couple things.
Okay.
So, these are just, I'm gonna interview. It's like interview style.
Okay.
Give me an answer, and then I'll move on to a couple other ones.
Yes, sir.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of your old school days?
To be honest, lunch. No, I'm lying.
I was gonna say y'all's lunch probably was way better than ours.
Lunch was a big deal because it was good food. I thought it was.
I guarantee it was.
I thought it was.
Because everything was probably home cooked.
Man, there's pizzas, cowboy bread, chili, all. Anyways, lunch was awesome. But some of the teachers, I'm gonna shout out Miss Groff, who I remember was an awesome teacher in 3rd grade. Mr. Fennell was our principal in the 5th grade. Awesome principal.
Right.
Mr. George, our principal in high school.
Mr. George?
Yeah. Mr. George, what'd you pay for the new guy? I paid too much.
That's too much.
But
he's not good.
Yeah, Mr. McBee in high school.
Dang.
I don't remember a whole lot of teachers. You know, I remember them.
Right.
Mr. Brown from 6th grade.
Right.
It's just a few that pop up to my head, you know.
Right.
But the school system itself, I think the 70's and 80's was totally different than it is now.
Right.
You know, because I do, you know, like you're a proud parent. You walked your son to class.
Yeah.
Okay. We weren't like that.
Yeah.
It was hey, get up, get dressed. Time for you to go to school.
And go to school.
Whether we rode the bus or walked, whatever it was, we just showed up. You know, if you wanted to cry, that's you ain't got nobody to. Mom, you can't. Mama,
nobody's there.
Nobody's there. Maybe Mama might have taken me once, but like kindergarten, but 1st grade. After that, you're on your own.
You're on your own.
But yeah, dude,
it was a lot more tougher back then, man.
It was.
I mean, it was just more independent. Y'all were more independent.
We were more independent. We were the Gen X.
Latchkey
kids. Yeah. We walked to school. In the snow, backwards up a hill with no shoes and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, y'all the ones that walked in 6 feet of snow barefooted.
We're the fofos, FOFA, you know.
Oh, FAFOs.
Yeah, FAFO. Yeah, you know what it means, but
yeah.
But it was awesome. I think looking forward for what was the teachers, especially that you knew, because most of them were, what do you call them? Versatile.
Right.
In math and English, you know, you had them for different classes. It wasn't, and of course, when we're elementary, we didn't change classrooms.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it was just either a different teacher would come, or she'd teach the whole day. It was awesome. I think elementary was awesome. You know, now growing up into junior high is a different story. You know, as when, you start seeing things. You know,
and you start making friends, and you
start making lifetime friends, and even as a kid, you don't realize that this person that's in your classroom year after year after year for the first 5 years, that is a lifetime friend. Right. Even though during the summertime you might fight each other. Right. Because you have differences.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's what and I think that's what a small town school system does for you. You know, especially because we grew up. First thing we did was the Pledge of Allegiance. You know, we prayed in school. You know, as youngsters. You know, things have changed a whole lot. Yeah. School system is totally different, bro. You know, I've seen because when you were growing up, when my kids were growing up, and we didn't have parties. Like we had little parties, man, but not like how they had Christmas parties. No, Halloween parties. We had Valentine's. They make a box and you exchange Valentine's, and that's it, dog.
How did y'all's boxes look back then?
We just did whatever we could,
Now they be having all Nike, Gucci boxes.
You know what I'm saying?
They be putting
life has changed so much for these kids, especially with laptops or phones or
the computers,
the electronics.
Because my son,
electronics.
Bro, my son right now, he's in kindergarten and
they're using tablets,
iPads, and they're already teaching them the computer skills.
That's how the kids are. My son's still in school. They have iPads that they get registered to. Every year. But. Dude, I saw this morning that now they're trying to look into, because of AI. Mm-hmm. These students can generate AI and they don't have to do their essays, like we used to, Yeah. Looking up for an essay is a lot easier with Google than it was going to the library or a
bro. Because now with AI, bro, it can literally write everything for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And so, man, another question I got for you.
Yeah. I know. I keep talking because it is a big deal. And you know how big it is. I mean, your son right now, and you want the best for him.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Us growing up, I think it was because I had two brothers and then your mom, which was 7 years younger. So when she started going to school, I was making sure that she was being protected,
Facts. Hell yeah.
We made sure she got to school.
Exactly. Dude, and speaking of my mom, before I want to move on, because before I move on to the next question, there's two things I want to do.
Okay.
One, I want to shout out my mom on the podcast, because dog, when we went school shopping with my son this year, I got two kids,
right?
And so we had both of them with us,
right?
And like me, I'm a real active dad, and I don't knock no dad who works, and there's some dads who work a lot and miss a lot of stuff,
right?
Like growing up, like I always shout my dad out on the podcast that we're always talking, and
right,
we go to movies every Monday.
Yeah.
We have all this we developed a close bond,
right?
But more than that, bro, like growing up, my dad, which, like I said,
was a worker.
I appreciate him because he gave us a good life, but he worked so much, dog, that I hardly saw him. Sometimes like school functions,
right,
he wouldn't be there. Sometimes baseball games, football games, he wasn't there.
That's the difference between your dad and my dad. Your grandpa,
he was the coach.
He was a coach, and he was involved since we played ball together. When I played football in 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, he was there. My mom was there.
See, and you had the support system from two.
But see, your dad was an all-around worker. No matter what,
dog. It didn't matter what the time. It didn't matter the holiday, Christmas,
my dad would work
Thanksgiving
till 3:00, and he's done.
That's it. See, not my dad, dog. He'll work on holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving.
Right.
And like my dad has
Even
always
still
been.
Now, he still does that.
He always says like. He always like, man, sometimes you just have to work, and that's always been my dad's motto.
Right.
But you know, like outside of that,
so your mom was at that when you went shopping this week.
When we went shopping for school clothes, I had both my kids, and just my daughter was getting frustrated. My son, he's tired of trying on clothes.
Yeah, of course.
He's getting mad, crying. She's crying. Like I'm ripping my hair out, dog. Like, and I called my mom that night, and I told her, and that's why I said I want to shout out my mom, man.
You were the same way,
dog. I told my mom, I don't know how you did it. Yeah, by yourself with 2 kids, because it was me and my little brother.
Yeah.
You know, Josh hadn't came yet.
Yeah, Josh
but
was too.
dog. Mothers out there, all single mothers or even mothers who just do it by themselves, bro. You know, and like my mom, man, I love you, mom. I got so much love for you, dude. Like,
I mean,
it's crazy. Like, you did so much, like school, plays.
She was always there.
Parties, PTA meetings, whatever it was. My mom was always there,
right?
And it was always by herself. You know, like of course my dad was supplying the money. He supported financially, But like my mom,
physically he wasn't there because he was either working or working on a project or something.
Exactly, and so man, I just told my mom. A lot of shout out to my mom because I don't know how you did it with 2 kids on your own buying school clothes. My brother, dog. Like me, dog, I used to rock Echo.
Right.
I used to rock South Pole. Yeah. I didn't give a damn. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't I need Nike shirts, Ralph Lauren.
Dude, I
wore US Polo. You know what I'm saying?
I still wear US Polo.
But
you know I shop at Walmart. I don't care. I don't. Yeah. I mean,
I wasn't
not
picky
that I
as
can't
a kid.
afford it or anything. It's just I don't see why. Look good, you look good. I look good. I don't care.
Yeah, if you feel good, then you look good. You know. But man, like even outside of that though, you know. Jacob was real picky, so man, like all that to say, man, shout out to my mom, man, because she held it down for us. And the second thing I wanted to say was you brought up teachers. When I said what's the first thing that comes to your mind, you know, you said great teachers.
Right.
Man, I just want to shout out. I know she watches the podcast every now and then, so man, if you're watching this, Miss Thomas, man.
We had one, Miss Martinez.
Man, that was and to this day, I know I had great teachers in my lifetime, but she was one of the few because as you know, I got ADHD, bro. Yeah. So I've had trouble with teachers all through school because
you don't sit still. You're constant,
I'm real talkative. I'm real moving around, But she always showed so much patience, man.
Right.
She genuinely had a love for me, man.
Right.
And to this day, she still comments on my stuff, supports me. So if you're watching this, Miss Thomas, shout out to you too, man. You don't understand the impact you had on my life.
Right.
Really.
See, and a lot of Hispanics, or not even a Hispanic nephew, anybody who graduates school just to graduate, who barely makes it, who just said, you know what, give me a C, I'm good with that. Yeah. As long as I get my credit to graduate, you know, we don't realize the impact of the teachers until we see it in our children.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what? I'm like, Miss Groff was such a great teacher. She's passed on, I'm sure. I mean, I was in the 3rd grade and she was already probably in her late 50s or early 60s, you know. So, come on,
when you get teachers now that kind of don't care and you see the care,
I don't think it's that they don't care, nephew. I don't think the school system appreciates the teacher like they did back then. Exactly. Because, like you said, everything's about the STAR test or you know, we got to make sure that these kids are passing, you know, for the state, but not for themselves. So I think actually the teaching is gone, is preparing more than teaching.
All right, man, check this out, dog. That's fire too, though. What you just said is real important, though. Before we move on to that question, I do want to acknowledge that is true, bro. Sometimes the teachers don't get enough credit, because the state's pushing. Oh well, they need this, but sometimes the teacher needs to nurture a student.
They have to, man. Not everyone, because some kids are naturally built to go to school and
and be
learn.
Smart and just learn.
And some kids struggle so hard.
And some kids need extra attention. And they can't do it because they're overloading the classrooms with so many kids.
30 kids for one teacher. Come on, man.
Exactly, bro. You know? So these teachers are overworked sometimes, dog. That is true.
And underpaid.
Exactly. Man, so check this out. What did a typical day of school look like for you back then? Was there any routines that stood out to you or anything like that?
Well, in elementary was, of course, going in, Pledge of Allegiance, and then just working your class, hey, like we're gonna study social studies, we're gonna study English. Now we're going to math. Now we know we're going to lunch. Hey, it's already 1:30. Let's take a 20-minute nap or whatever.
Right.
When you were in kindergarten, first grade or whatever. But second, third, fourth grade was, the routine was the same, every day till you got into junior high.
Right.
Like even fifth grade, we got to switch classrooms.
Right, going from on your own.
Right, and that was like, now you're getting a little bit of
like independence.
Independence, right? And then you got sixth grade, which is a two-story class, two-story building.
So now you're climbing upstairs.
Now you're climbing stairs, and now you're trying to, now you're a big dog. You're sixth grade. Now we're wearing the bell bottoms with the with the black
platforms.
I wore platforms to a seventh grade school dance. I know, and this was 78.
Damn, dog, that's crazy, bro.
So, but the routine was like now sixth grade, seventh grade. Now you're like, hey, where we're gonna hang out for a little bit before? Are we gonna eat lunch today, or we're gonna kick it with the friends, or with the girl, or
So it sounds to me like what stood out most, like routine wise, was that every year you felt like you got more and more independent.
You did,
like you were aging. Not fast,
they gave you independence.
Exactly.
They were, hey, you know what? We're gonna let you, see how you do on your own.
Right.
And of course, high school had the little foreground or whatever it's called.
Right.
In the middle, and you could kick it by a tree. Now you are learning to be an independent person, and you're like, you see, like, hey, what do I really want to do now?
Yeah, what group am I a part of? Because like when I was in school, we had like the cholo guys, we had the cool kids, we had the goth kids, like the ones that were into like the death scream metal. You got the jocks who play football.
Ours was mainly jocks. I played sports my whole life, so I hung out with a lot of the guys that played baseball, football.
When I think of your high school, I just picture Grease. I don't know why.
That's 50s, nephew. Come on, man. I was in the 70s, brother.
Like you had a leather jacket on, and you was out there like Fonzie.
No, but I do got stories. That, dog. Because we didn't have a lot of money, man. And like in the sixth grade, I remember I had a favorite T-shirt, man, Dallas Cowboys shirt. So I would wear that shirt as much as I could, right? My mom would wash it, and I'd wear it. As soon as you wash it, I would wear it. So I guess towards the end of the school year, I'm sitting in class, because we all sat, how you sit in class behind each other, right?
Yeah.
So she's like tapping on my shoulder, and I'm like, what? She goes, I can see through your shirt.
Oh, they've been washed so much.
So much that it was just real thin, nephew. That's how thin it was. You could see. I'm like, so I guess I couldn't.
Oh, that's sorry, man. Damn. Okay, that brings me to another question, man. So watch. I'm gonna ask you this question. Let me see. Where is it at?
Our fashion didn't really start to high school, man.
Yeah, of course, because your parents kind of dressed you.
Yeah, they dressed
through elementary.
You gotta buy this,
So, speaking of what you just said, that sounds embarrassing. But what is an embarrassing story you have from your time in school, where it could be one of your most embarrassing moments you can think of?
I want to say it's in the seventh grade. In high school, I was already with girls, and we didn't really do nothing crazy like that. But I remember in the seventh grade, which. Our first semester, we went to a school called Coronado that was on Houston Street, and it was old.
Right.
So our second semester, we moved into the one on Joliet, which is the brand new Coronado.
Oh, okay. Gotcha,
so I came to the one in Houston. It was old, right? So I remember we used to, go upstairs and whatever. And that morning, I showered, and I didn't have shampoo. We used soap.
Like bar soap.
Like bar soap, zest. And it was just a small piece, right? I put it on a little wash towel, dog, and do your body. But I said, I'm going to do my hair. So I'm washing, and I had hair, believe me. I had almost like an afro, right, in the seventh grade.
Damn.
And my hair was thick there, right? So I was washing my hair. So my zest is gone. I thought I had just used it all up, right? So I rinsed, and then I brushed a little bit and got dressed. So I guess it was like maybe fourth period, and I'm walking up the stairs, and once again they tapped me on my shoulder, and she's like, you know you got something in your hair. I'm like, what? I can't remember who it was. And she's like, you got something in your hair. They're like, this, nephew. And I squeezed tight and I pulled. It was that bar of zest. That was embarrassing, man.
Damn.
You know, 7th grade, you know, wow, I mean, well, one thing, they're going to think you're poor for not using shampoo.
They're like, this man got zest.
And I'm using zest, you know. And if it would have been a homeboy of mine, I wish a homeboy would have said, hey, come on, man, you got soap in your hair or something, right? You know, because I played football. Because we had athletics before school. So we showered. So I actually showered twice. And actually, I didn't shower my hair. I mean, lather my hair. I just rinsed it.
Yeah.
You know.
Dog, that's crazy. You had a piece of zest in your hair.
Dude.
That's sorry,
dog. You know, other than that, I don't. Maybe besides in the 4th grade when they told us to line up for pictures. And they gave us a number, like, they didn't give us a number. They just told you, you're number 5, you're number 6, number 7. Don't forget that. Well, I forgot my number. Now I got out of line. And when I told the teacher, and she kind of just like tapped me on my ass like that, you know, like.
What?
Yeah.
Man, hell no.
Spanked me, but not really spanked me. That was the first time anybody's ever done that, because even my parents never spanked me, you know, growing up.
Damn.
I never got spanked, you know. So she, hit me in the ass.
Pow, right in the kitchen.
I didn't cry, you know, I was in the 3rd, 4th grade.
Yeah.
But it was embarrassing because everybody saw, you know. You know, but other than that,
you know,
the zest is.
I know that's right, dog. That's embarrassing because you know when you're a kid and you get hit, like in the store, like back in the old days.
Oh yeah, when
they be smacking your head. And you like, you look around,
see who's watching,
make sure nobody saw.
You know, maybe one of the most embarrassing things was, nephew, was as a senior, me and another guy were just joking around in the classroom, and our Mr. Henderson was our counselor. Oh man, Henderson,
old black
man,
dude.
yeah.
Dog, we had him.
Yeah, he was our senior counselor.
Has he always been crazy like that?
He was crazy.
Dog.
Well, he saw
not
us.
in a bad way, but I'm talking about like his temper.
No, yeah, dude.
Oh man, he exploded.
He saw us joking around. He thought we were really fighting. We weren't, dude.
Okay.
So he goes, hey. So we went to his office. He goes, 3 licks. I'm like, dude, I'm 18, dog. You're not gonna spank me, dog. So he sends me to Mr. McBee, which is our vice principal. And he's got 36-inch arms, dog.
God damn.
Maybe not 36, but
I'm about to say, damn, he in the wrong profession.
He was like 5'9", just muscle
jacked.
bound. Yeah, just muscle bound.
I'm like,
and
he's like, he ain't hitting me.
Yeah, Mr. McBee, his name was McBee. He's like, well, I can either give you 3 licks or Mr. Henderson give you 3 licks. Mr.
Henderson, yeah. I'll take Mr. Henderson.
So that's embarrassing. That's another embarrassing. I mean, I'm 18 years old.
Yeah.
You know, why would you
get swatted on?
Yeah, just, you know.
And I got a question on here that I didn't understand. I want to see if you understand. Did you ever have to use Did you ever have to use a card catalog or microfilm at the library? See, I don't know what is that.
Okay, card catalog is like you're looking for a book that you can't find on the shelf, right?
Right.
So you pull out this A, B, C, D, whatever alphabetical order. You pull it out, and you look for a book. They're cards. You look for them, and you're like, oh, this is the book. Let's say world geography. You look at that, and it'll tell you where it should be.
I wonder if we use that then.
So
we might have used that.
And microfilm was.
That's what I wanted to know for sure.
Okay, so it's like we got like a computer screen, right? But it's like film, like negative film. Oh. And you run it through a machine, and when you're looking up, it's like a newspaper. It shows articles. Oh. And that's a microfilm.
So that's like on that like on it, like on the climate when he's looking up the old records on the paper. Oh, okay. So that's what microfilm is.
Microfilm, yeah.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. So let's check this out. This was a good one.
Remember, that's how we found stuff. We didn't have Google. We didn't have
Y'all used the sources and dictionary.
We didn't have what's the other one they used? Google and the Safari. We don't have Safari. Stuff like that.
So check this out, huh? What was the music playing in your headphones or boombox when you were walking to school?
Depends what year it was.
So let's say
at my seventh grade year,
your seventh,
Rappers Delight, Sugar Hill Gang, Cool Mo D, that's who was playing, because and the Eagles, Kiss,
okay.
Elvis Presley, Elvis died in 77, August 16. But that was the Eagles. The 80s, of course, it was Journey, AC/DC,
right.
Rat, Ozzy
Osbourne, hell yeah, dog. He just passed away, man.
So much, man. As a matter of fact, it's crazy that you asked that because as I'm watching my Facebook, our group for our reunion, they're like, "What music are we gonna be playing?" And they're just throwing out music, dog. And I'm like,
back
dude,
from the 70s, 80s.
I listen to a lot of music. You know that I listen to my I don't have just a genre. I listen to it all, right?
Right.
Even at work, it's still Christmas music, Elvis music, whatever,
Yeah, whatever.
So, and I'm like, damn, I haven't heard that song, Rat, haven't heard that, since the 80s, Cyndi Lauper,
Oh yeah, that's that time.
Even Madonna, Madonna's gone. I mean, she's still around, but she's not making music, like a virgin, 1986, like a virgin.
Oh man, she was
that
right
was
in
the
the
shit,
80s. Hell
yeah. Who else? Journey, we had
yeah, and then I'm a big music fan. I know y'all listen to like Boston, and I know y'all listen to them 80s bands, bro, were different.
Even
bro.
your mama still
Chicago,
loves the 80s. Man.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, okay, check this out, man. And
we had it was headphones like this. With the disc,
with like a Walkman.
Walkman. When we first had Walkmans, they were cassette. Because I remember I used to order
what those called
8-tracks.
8-tracks. Yeah, that's why
I used to order 8-tracks for my Monte Carlo that I had when I was 14, and I would order them off of Columbia Records. You get 8 tracks for a penny.
Oh damn!
I know that everybody born in the 60s and 70s owed thousands of dollars, man. You could order 20 cassettes or 10 cassettes for a penny. Of course, when they show up at COD, because you don't know what COD is.
I didn't
cash
know
on
that.
delivery,
I didn't know that. See, I didn't know you have to pay their delivery and you pay cash. That's crazy, dog. That's wild.
Yeah, we could order stuff, like now that you order, like a Shein or whatever, even TikTok shop.
Yeah, or like Amazon
Amazon
packages. So they deliver your package and be like, okay, that'll be 23, whatever.
Yeah.
Damn, that's wild, dog. Dude. So, man, I got a good question for you, man. We're getting close to a good closing point.
I know we talked quite a bit. More than we really wanted to, I think.
Nah, this was good though, man, because this gives me a dive into how times were back in your era. You know what I mean? That's kind of what this whole episode was about.
But see, as you grow up as your son grows up, you're gonna see that. As you hear me, you'll be like, "Shit, Mom talk about that," and it still might be the same for him,
right?
Because he might have the same memory, like not Miss Groff herself, but a similarity.
Teacher, that was
teacher
like
that
him.
He's like, man, I may not remember all my teachers, but I remember Miss Groff, who was such a kind person.
Exactly.
I also met this other lady as I was playing a high school football. She was one of the moms of one of our players. I can't remember who he was, but one of the nicest. I grew up in a racist era.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
We weren't.
I believe
in the 70s, we weren't actually accepted as Mexicans, And
I believe
but this lady was
she
accepted blacks, whites, Mexicans, Asians, didn't matter who it was, as her own. Man, I just fell in love with this lady, and I wish I would have never forgot her name.
Man, and I believe you because no shade to our town, but I know at one time our town was pretty racist.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've got a book that will show you this, and I don't want to bring it up.
That's what you're telling me. You're telling me about it, dog.
Blackface, dog.
That's crazy.
In high school, but that's for another time. But
damn, that's wild. Yeah. Okay, so probably one of my last questions for you, and it's a good one. So, if you could go back and give your teenage self one piece of advice, what would it be now as an
adult? If I had a chance to go back to talk to myself as let's say a preteen or right as a teenager is,
what advice?
Pay attention and study more. You know, as I got married and my kids are smarter than me, which I'm glad they are. An education is no matter even if you just go to work after high school.
Yeah.
But an education, learning what they're teaching you is the best because once you're out, who else is going to teach you?
Yeah, that's facts.
You know.
Yep, that's facts.
You have to learn on your own whatever you're going to do after that. So I would tell myself, be more attentive. I wasn't a person that I didn't skip school.
Right.
I wasn't a thug, man. I was an athlete, you know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was also into females, you know, going out, partying, doing whatever.
Right.
And not worried about making A's and B's.
A's and B's, yeah.
I was a C's and D's. You know, we had D's.
You were just trying to make it.
Yeah. As long as I got my diploma come June 1985 or May 1985.
That was good enough.
Yeah. Because, see, when we had practice 2 weeks or a week before graduation, your name was on there. Graduate or summer graduate.
Oh,
if you got a summer graduate, you would still walk the aisle, but you wouldn't get a diploma.
You'd have to go to
summer school to get you to finish, get your credits.
Oh, that's crazy. Damn,
so
that's wild.
When my name said graduate,
like, hell,
I was excited. I knew that my journey was over. If I would have known better, like I said, if I had a chance to go back right now and tell myself, pay attention. Study.
Maybe do a little
Don't be
more.
a smart ass. You know, one of the teachers I remember one time asked me a question was about society. What does what is it? What is that word called right now? Where kids think they're entitled.
Yeah, entitled.
Like they're entitled. What does it mean? So I was like, if you're white, you get to do what you want. And if you're Mexican or black, you get shunned on. Why did I say that? You know, there's some things that I remember that I say that now that if I think about it, I'm like, why would I even say that?
Right.
You know, I would have said, you know what? You know, entitlement means, you know, hey, some people are born who have more money than others. You know, they feel more entitled. They're smarter. They're, you know, try to not be a smart ass.
Right.
You know.
That's good, dog. You know, that's good.
I wish there's some things that we can. I think we all say some things that we wish we could take back.
Right.
You know, because as we all know, words cut deeper than swords. You know.
Yeah.
You know, you can forget. You can heal from a sword, from a knife cut. But sometimes you can't heal words. Yeah, sometimes you don't heal from that.
You know, back then, y'all's generation probably one of the first ones that started saying, you know, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me.
Right.
But sometimes it's not true, dog.
It's not true. They hurt worse.
Sometimes, and especially when they're coming from your peers, like that, because sometimes
it's so funny because we talked about this last night at Life Group.
Yeah, because sometimes you got to think. When you reach a certain age, what your parents say really don't matter to you. But what people your age are saying about you, it matters way more, dog. Because your parents ever, because I know my parents have told me, like, man, I always told you that, but it took somebody else to tell you for you to accept it.
You know, sometimes what I mean? You're like, my old man doesn't know shit.
Exactly.
But not knowing that he does know.
He's been through it.
Yeah. See, that's the thing that, you know, like you now with your son, you know, as he becomes a teenager, he's like going to be wanting to fight you, or, you know, I'm not daddy. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But son, I've been through it. I've already.
Exactly. I've already been through all that.
We don't know that growing up until we grow up.
Until you grow up. And you're like, damn, man, my dad and mom was right, man.
You know, like I said, I wish I would, and if I go back, listen.
That's good, dog.
Maybe not just in school, but in
all areas.
Whether it's your parents, you know, your peers. Sometimes your peers have good things to say, and you're like, man, F you.
Yeah.
You know, who are
just
you to tell me?
You
think you're better than me? No, you know. But if they said it in the right way, they meant it in the right way.
Exactly. Sometimes people say stuff that may hurt your feelings, but it's because they really care for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Man, for me, I think if there was one thing I can go back and tell my teenage self, I think from my standpoint now, which I know I'm not that old, but like I think I would go back and tell myself, let's see.
It's hard.
It is a hard question because there's a lot of things that I would like to change.
Right.
But I think the one thing that I would probably
tell myself, there's no regrets. It's just
yeah.
It's just some things that I wish I would have done different.
Exactly. And see, like for me, man, I think I would go back and tell my younger self, like, man, don't worry about what other people think about you.
Dude,
that's probably
true.
Yeah, because dog, growing up in school, I think that was one of my biggest problems.
Right.
That
you're worried about what everybody else thought.
Always worried about what other people thought because, like, I've always done music.
Right.
And so I think sometimes I let people's opinion.
But I think like on you, nephew, I'm going to cut you off because when you get on stage, you don't show that.
Yeah.
And when you're on stage, you perform.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But
it's like everything blocks out.
Yeah, but
it's
before
crazy.
that, you're like, I wonder what they're thinking. Why should I go up there? Should I not go up there?
And there's a lot of opportunities that I missed. Or didn't do or didn't take because I was like, no, what if they think I'm this or I don't think they like me?
Right.
Or I'm like, bro, as a kid, why do you worry about what other people think about you?
Take the chance no matter what.
Take the chance, man, because you never know. That could have been the stepping stone to change your life. Yeah, I could have been, so much further.
That's a good deal, nephew. Like on your talent. You're talented, a rapper, singer, performer.
Right.
You have a lot of talent. But other than talent, we were never taught how to handle your money.
Oh, yeah. Money management was not something they taught us.
Something that the Hispanics teach their kids.
Just work hard, bro. That's all they taught us.
Save and buy.
Yeah.
But sometimes we don't save. Sometimes we indulge in stuff we don't need to. You see it all the time now with people having a shack, living in a shack, but have a $80,000 car or $12,000 rims.
Priorities.
Walking around with $400 shoes. The fuck? I don't have nothing against anybody wearing the Jordan $400, whatever you want to spend. That's up to you. But prioritize too. That's one thing that we never learned.
Right.
And I still struggle. And I'm going to be 60.
Yeah.
I've got money saved. In my retirement, which is going to when I retire. I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
But how much more
could you have had
if I would have done the right thing with the money? I could have retired in the Bahamas. I could have retired in Cancun.
Exactly.
But now I got to retire in Plano, Texas.
I'm gonna be sitting there at old.
I'm gonna be visiting you.
What's that?
Or you might be visiting me in the old folks'
What's that? What's it called over there behind Walmart?
That retirement center. Yeah. I don't know what it's called, but Heritage or something.
You'll be sipping coffee, looking at the dust just blow by.
Especially my boobs. I'm like, damn. Close my window, man.
You're gonna be stuck, cable.
So I'm just like, so that's the thing, That's the thing that I know my daughter has overcame.
Right.
With her having her master's and her bachelor's and her master's, hopefully her PhD. My other daughter who's stepping up in life right now, and then my son who just started working.
Yeah, man, that's above all, bro. I think that's what I would tell myself. And I think the other thing I would tell myself is slow down, man. Quit trying to live life so fast, because once you get out of high school, like I just
life is life, bro. Once you get out of high school,
exactly.
Unless you have money,
or
go to college.
Because dog, I just passed my 10-year reunion last year, I think, and I told my wife, like, dude, we've been out of school for 10 years, like. It don't even feel like 10 years has passed, but dog, like 10 years has passed, bro. Yeah. And every year seems like it's just going faster. Like we're already in.
Bro, I'm 58 years old.
We're about to hit September.
I never thought I would be 58. I never thought I would be 58 years old.
Yeah.
Growing up when my kids little, we were living life raw as much as we could.
Yes.
Summertime, I was golfing, karate, I was, softball. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Never thought that my daughter was going to be 38 years old, be 39 this year.
That's crazy,
and I'm going to be 59 this year. Having a 40-year high school reunion
That's crazy, dog.
You know?
And this is what I think.
That's how fast it went because...
Yeah. Time don't slow down for nobody,
it doesn't
bro.
slow down. As a matter of fact, we're already in August.
Yeah, about to hit September, dog.
About to hit September, and it just feels like last week.
January just started.
Yeah.
Don't make sense, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I was saying, like, to slow down because, you know, time goes by so fast. Enjoy your childhood.
Yep.
I have a theory on, I think that's why people sometimes die early, man, because they lose that sense of childlike nature.
Right.
Man, when you're a kid in your mind still and you're enjoying life, bro, like as a kid, you're so worry-free, stress-free. And if you can try to carry that into your adulthood,
because
it may take some of that weight off of your shoulders.
Yeah, like don't worry about what people say. You know, I'm at work and you know I've got my bud in, I'm singing.
And
I don't worry.
You know,
I'm not saying that I'm carefree. Of course not. It's a job. You know?
Sure, yeah.
But it doesn't matter what they think about me anymore. I've learned that.
Yes, exactly.
You know, but how many years did it take?
Yeah, for you to get to that point.
Yeah, you know, us growing up, especially in a small town where everybody knows each other.
Everybody's opinion, everybody has an opinion on one another.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So and so is just dogging me, and it's eating you in the inside without you realizing. Until you know what, let that go.
Yeah, like why are you worried
about
it, bro? What does it matter what people think?
Those are some of the things we go back and tell our younger selves, man.
Exactly, man.
Learn, live to the life to the fullest. Enjoy your life. Study. Take care of your money. And learn.
And just be the best you can be, man. Don't worry about the like. Sometimes I always tell like these younger kids, man, don't worry about what your peers think about you. Don't worry about what they want. You know. Man, you just focus on your future, and stays locked in, bro. You gotta stay locked in.
You do want to do good for me, you know. Like my son is like, man, you know, Dad, I want these Nikes. And, well, I'll get it from because I don't want him wearing Walmart shoes. He's 16 years old.
Bro, I buy my son Jordans and Nikes.
Yeah, but he's also at the age he can still wear Walmart.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm at the age. I wear old man shoes. I don't give a damn.
Tell them I need them. What are those new ones that go viral? Them Avias or Avias from Walmart
with the strap. Yeah, I ain't even got to worry about. I didn't even got to
tie my shoes. Shit,
you know? I'm not.
Bro, I'm in Crocs all day. Bro, I wear Crocs almost every day.
See, I don't wear Crocs. That's one thing I'll never wear.
I'm gonna buy you some, dog.
You're gonna buy them for nothing. I'm gonna hang them on the wall. You know, but I've had these slides for about 38 years. You know, and they're still good. So
you need some Crocs.
I'm gonna be buried with these. You know.
I'm just gonna lay.
You already know I'm gonna be buried with my slides.
I'm gonna lay
my Dallas Cowboy T-shirt and Rapper's Delight playing in the background.
I'm gonna lay your slides on your chest like that.
Right.
I'm gonna put them on your hands
right.
like that.
Like this.
You be
What's going on? What's going on? No, that was good. I enjoyed it, man.
Man.
This was a good episode for like you said, for the beginning of the school year because, you know, me growing up, you growing up, totally different eras. And now your son is a different era, you know.
So
He's growing up in the electronic era where we grew up
in the old-fashioned era, man.
Magazines.
Mine
you know what a magazine is?
Hell yeah, I know what a magazine is.
Okay, but when's the last time you read a magazine?
Shit, it's been a long time.
Exactly.
It's been a long time. I used to read them as kids though, because we used to get the rap magazines.
Plain Daily Herald comes out once a week or once a month.
Yeah.
We used to get it. I used to be a delivery boy.
Oh yeah, you used to.
Remember I told you?
Yeah,
I enjoyed that, you know. But we used to read the newspaper every day.
Yeah.
Whether it was true or not. You know, sometimes
you
fake news. You know, like today I already read that Micah left to the. To Green Bay Packers.
Nah, Jerry Jones said no.
Okay.
He was like, hell nah. He said, they're not going to trade him off, dog.
Yeah,
but, dog, that reminds me of, before we close out, you remember that one newspaper, magazine, what was it called? The National Enquirer.
Oh, the National Enquirer?
It used to be like, it'd be like farmer's wife is an alien.
Right.
It'd be like, farmer's wife gives birth to 3 pigs.
Right.
Or something crazy, dog.
The National Enquirer, you're right, dude.
The stories, it'd be like...
we'd be in the grocery store.
Yeah, you'd just be there checking out. I'm like, damn, did you know John F. Kennedy was a reptilian?
Right.
Like,
there was no grassy knoll.
He blinked and his eyes went into a snake.
Right.
Dog, that magazine used to be wild, bro.
Dude.
Yeah, we don't got that kind of stuff no more. Now it's just
well, I mean, we can
it's just on
we
Facebook.
look it up on Facebook or
World Star beat, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, and back then, there was an accident, people stopped and actually cared. Now there's an accident, people stop just to record.
Oh yeah.
Come on, man. Stop and ask, are these people okay,
But you know how it is, dog.
I remember, man, one more deal. There was an accident. We used to live right down the street from this house, a couple of blocks that ways. And I remember we were outside and this lady was driving and this other car ran a stop sign. And she was okay.
Right.
But when her husband got there, he went berserk about the car.
Oh,
he never
wow.
even asked her, how are you feeling? Or are you okay?
Really?
Are the kids okay?
Damn.
That's one thing I was like. And I was a kid. I didn't tell him nothing, of course. I mean, he's a grown-ass man. He probably whooped my ass if I would have said something. But that was something that came to my mind immediately. I'm like, how you not going to care about your wife or, but you worried about the car?
That's
the car,
wild, bro. Hell yeah.
I was young, but yeah, dude. But I like this episode, nephew.
Yeah, this was fun, man. I got to sit back.
We can still talk about more about this on another episode because there's so much more that you grew up with that your son is not going to grow up with, or I grew up that you didn't grow up with,
See, Unk, and that's why I wanted to do this episode, because I wanted to hear you from your perspective, how your school was, because I know how mine was. I wasn't in between.
Our lunch was amazing.
Yeah, and like my son, I see how my son's coming in school. It's a lot different. See, my generation was the in between.
Right.
I was part of the starting to get technology, but we still didn't have it.
But you weren't a latchkey kid. We walked to school.
Yeah, we didn't walk like everywhere, because then dudes just started molesting people for no reason.
I mean,
it's like
it's
more
always
and
been
more.
around, but I mean, it was
just more it was starting to get more widely. People was just getting abducted. But it was fun, man. I had a good time tonight, man. I just wanted to hear your perspective on it.
Since school just started. Was amazing, though. I was even still eating lunch as a high school student, as a senior.
Oh yeah,
I was still eating in the cafeteria. Man, I mean, of course, I would go out to eat sometime. Me and my girl,
sometimes, bro, breakfast pizza. If anybody who was my age went to school and y'all had that breakfast pizza in the morning, it was wrapped up in that little foil, looked like a little brick of Coke. Now you unwrap it, boy, it was a pizza. Boy,
yeah, we had pizza and hamburgers, dog. It was just so good, man. Cowboy bread. I enjoyed it, man. School was amazing. I wish I would have really enjoyed it growing up.
Right.
I enjoy it now because I know what I missed out on.
Yeah, and all the memories you've had. But you do realize, like, man, I probably could have had even more fun and more memories.
Right.
But, it's a part of life.
Especially like you say, we were worried about what our peers were saying.
Were thinking.
And do I want to go with these people? No, because I don't fit in.
Right. That was the big thing.
You fit in because the way you are. Not because you're a follower.
Bro, that saying, get in where you fit in.
Yeah.
You don't got to change yourself for nobody.
Nope.
You just find people who like you for who you
I'm
are.
always going to be big on.
Exactly. And that's how I am too, bro. You just find people who like you for who you are.
Yeah.
And that's for all kids out there. If anybody's watching this, don't worry about what people think about you. Just get in where you fit in, man. For real. You know what I mean? But, man, I had a good time tonight, Unk. Man, is there anything you want to flip? If not, close on out.
Enjoy summer. The rest of your summer, school kids, enjoy school, man. Enjoy school.
Yeah, enjoy school, man.
Sometimes, we're like, I don't want to get up and go. I don't want to get up and go. We were all did that.
Oh, yeah,
But once you get there, it's amazing.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think it's amazing if you try.
If you do it the right way.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, shoot, I had a good night. I had a good time tonight, man. I appreciate your insight on some of this stuff and hearing your insight.
Right.
I guess we're at a good point to close out. Man, thank y'all for watching and sticking with us. If y'all made it this far, we really do appreciate it. Man, drop something in the comments for us. How was y'all school?
Yeah.
Do y'all remember school?
Was lunch
it? Did y'all have good times? Did y'all enjoy it? Was it sorry as hell?
Your building trades teacher, your
put it in the comments. You can shout out a teacher that stuck out
Ms. Groff,
to you.
Mr. Fennell, Mr. Brown were amazing, teachers, principals. Shout out somebody, we'll put their name out there for you and said, hey, you know what, so and so said, hey, Mr. Henderson.
Oh, Mr. Henderson, boy.
Yeah, he embarrassed me once, you know. He already passed on, but
Yeah, definitely.
But he was. I did like him and his wife, Mrs. Berry.
Oh yeah, man.
And Joe Berry.
Man, that was
the
blessing,
fifth
man.
grade.
Oh yeah.
Choir.
See, that's what I'm saying. Dog.
Yeah, they love Kimberly. Miss Berry loved Kim.
Oh yeah.
So much. But Mr. and Mrs. Berry, man, we loved y'all so much.
Real talk, man. There was teachers out there that made a big impact. And like I said, Ms. Thomas, if you're watching this, man, big shout out to you.
Most definitely.
And like I said, big shout out to my mama. I love you, man. This year really opened my eyes to how much you put up with. And I do appreciate you so much.
That's awesome. Man.
But yeah, man, other than that, Unk, I guess we're good to go.
Yes, sir.
Man, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for sticking around and watching another great episode of Late Night Conversations with Unk and Nephew.
Right.
And until next week.
Peace.
Peace.